This is just bad news. This is just terrible, bad news. We're losing so much money right now. It's sick. Welcome to the apocalypse, Airbnb family. We are losing so much money. We are all just losing a gross, sick amount of money. Let's talk about what's happening today because some changes again were made and it's not good for hosts all over the US. Let's get in. All right, I'm here to help as much as humanly possible. We've got two major things to talk about. One, Airbnb reworked its extenuating circumstances policy and is crushing US hosts. As of today, it's epically bad. Like, it's super bad. And last night, we discovered that the world is running out of toilet paper. This is another huge problem that will hit you in April if you don't fix it now. So I want to talk to you about both, give you details, and give you solutions, because that's what we're here for, right? So let me bring you in the fold on this extenuating circumstances policy. If you're not familiar, Airbnb already had a policy that we quoted in the last couple of videos that you should know like the back of your hand and refresh every day. Well, one of these refreshers is due. So what they did is they included all of the US as an extenuating circumstances qualified 100% cancellation. That's people traveling to and from the United States that can cancel their bookings, and even like domestic regional travel. So we have people who canceled their trips, like even effective today, they got a full refund and they were coming from somewhere else in Texas. All right, so we've got inside the same state, people are traveling and getting full refunds. So Airbnb has just kind of made this blanket USA-wide extenuating circumstances policy. Now, I believe this is unfair. I reached out to my business rep at Airbnb and asked her for all the details that I'm sharing with you right now, which I'm about to give you some extra details. And she said this was decided by the CEO, Brian Chesky, and she thinks that it's going to be highly unlikely that he's going to change his mind on this. So Brian Chesky, if you're watching this video, somehow, some way, all I ask is that you simply disclude local, domestic, regional travel from Airbnb's full refund cancellation policy. You're letting guests know right now. I have guests coming from just within hours of travel into Dallas. They're getting notifications right now in their Airbnb platform that this trip is allowed a 100% refund. You're actually you're soliciting them for refunds right now. You're telling people, yes, please cancel your reservations with the way that you're notifying people in the app. So as hosts, we're losing tens of thousands of dollars today. I've lost a ton of money on this because of this one little thing you put in the app saying, hey guys, just so you know, your trip qualifies for a full refund. You don't need to go and scream it at people. All right, people are just canceling because like their trip in is no longer going to be as fun because the Mavericks game got canceled. So Dallas is less fun. So like, yeah, I'm just going to cancel. What you're doing is you're taking hosts and forcing them to bear the brunt of the loss. Now, a lot of us hosts, we have mortgages, we have rent payments, we have a business to run. And what you're doing is you're ripping that from them. So Brian, please have a heart for your hosts, the most important part of your platform, the people that you sold on building their dream, their financial security, the people that you say that these guests need to meet and stay with, the people that you said are the most important part of your business, the hosts. Stand by your hosts. Protect your hosts. Because right now, if this keeps up, a lot of hosts are going to go out of business. They're going to close their doors. They're going to stop hosting, and you will have a permanent loss of business because you abandoned your hosts. Does it make sense, Brian? I hope you're watching this. If any of you hosts agree, leave it in the comments. If you disagree, please also in the comments, you should go. Now, let me tell you about the facts of this cancellation policy. So any reservations made today or prior, today's March 13th, any reservations made today or prior, so until midnight tonight, people can book and they still qualify for the extenuating circumstances cancellation. And their trip has to arrive between today and April 1st. So if their booking starts those days, and they booked prior to today or including today, they could get a refund. So the good news for us is starting tomorrow. Anybody who books your homes starting tomorrow for those dates before April 1st, they can't get a full refund for extenuating circumstances because they are now booking at their own peril. They're booking at their own risk. They should know the risks of staying anywhere in the United States. So after today, people who make bookings are protected. So hosts, here's what you should do. Like we talked about 2 videos ago, you should actively go and hunt down all of your guests, send them a message, go, hi, I'm your host for Dallas, I'm your host for LA, I'm your host for wherever. I just want to make sure that you're still coming to town, right? Your trip hasn't been canceled, your flights haven't been canceled. I just want to make sure that you're still able to come for your reservation, please. If there's anything I can do for you while you're in town, let me know. You should proactively be contacting your guests before they read that cancellation policy thing in there, because when they go to My Trips, it'll show inside of their My Trips section under the reservation that they can cancel. So reach out to them first and try to lock them down to commit to stay. stay. Then after that, if they need to cancel, you need to like hurry them off their reservation to open up your calendar as soon as possible. So once your calendar is open again, you can then start repricing to get new safe bookings. Now you're going to have to reprice your listing. Even AirDNA, in one of their most recent emails, did the effects of the virus kind of a breakdown, and it hasn't hit people nearly as hard as we were expecting. But they did say that they see a lot of people like us lowering our prices to accommodate for lower demand. And they said in that email that that is the cornerstone or the heart of revenue management. So a lot of you need to be following revenue management best practices, and if you have to lower your rate to get bookings, be prepared to do so. Fortunately, we are losing bookings as of today, and even though they're getting 100% refunds, which can suck, and I've seen people losing like $4,000 reservations because my friend Sean Ray has the massive house, and all of his are getting canceled too. Fortunately, a lot of us hosts are getting rebookings already, which is really, really cool. So there's people canceling, but there's people booking to coming to stay. So I don't think this is going to clip everybody. I don't think this is going to put everybody down. You should still be able to survive this and refill your calendar. You're just going to have to price accordingly. You're going to get more last minute bookings. But Brian, I hope you're here. Listen to me. Locals, people in Texas, traveling within Texas, should still have to honor their reservations. Don't completely kill hosts on this. Now let's talk about the other problem. The second problem is we discovered that the world is running out of toilet paper. It's out of supply on Amazon. It's out of supply on Walmart.com. It's out of supply in all of the stores, like ever coast to coast, like Delaware, Philadelphia. I had John Rico, my manager, go and look. I had Haley, my manager in Dallas, go and look in Dallas. It's just gone everywhere. So now here's the problem, is we're going to run out of supplies. And when you run out of supplies, your guests will no longer have toilet paper, and your listing says that you have stuff like this, and they'll get a 15% refund per missing amenity. And Airbnb has been so strict on hosts that they might just award your guest a full cancellation in the month of April because you simply don't have toilet paper. Airbnb might do that to you because if you're listening to me, you've abandoned your hosts in 2020, so you probably have your employees like canceling reservations for guests because we're going to have a lack of toilet paper because this coronavirus frenzy has caused people to just simply like buy everything. You know what I'm saying? So if you can, what you should immediately do is go into all of your listings and remove as an amenity that you supplied basic toiletry essentials like shower stuff, toilet paper, things like that. All right? Just remove it as things that you supply because people will book your place anyway. And if then they decide to get mouthy about the fact that you ran out of toilet paper because of this epidemic, you are legally, contractually not required to provide it because you did not list it as an amenity. This is a way to protect yourself. You're still going to try your best to source some toilet paper. I even reached out to China on Alibaba yesterday to a bunch of manufacturers to see if they've started to manufacture again. Because the truth is a lot of people in China have recovered, like tons, and factories are opening up again. My minute point system that I use for noise, one of their factories in China shut down but reopened, and I just got a shipment of 20 point systems because they're making products again. And also, the World Health Organization says the likelihood of you getting a virus from a package shipped overseas, like something that's traveled for like an extended amount of time overseas, is very, very unlikely that something is going to survive staying on a box. So a lot of us were joking about if we got an Amazon Prime box, we're gonna like fog the room with like with a virucidal just so that we were safe. In this case, if stuff is coming from China, it's likely dead on arrival, so you don't have to worry about that. So what you'll need to do is change your listings. Stop telling people that you promise all the basics. You need to contact all of your guests within the month of March right now just to make sure you know who's coming and who's not. Clear your calendar where you know that they're going to cancel, but get ahead of it. That way you can reopen those dates and start marketing those dates. Get creative to try to find some toilet paper, some cleaning supplies, buy stuff in concentrate, and I guess really backstock because there are suppliers saying that they won't be able to be stocked until May. The reason why is because they're now making medical supplies because China, unfortunately for us now, China's been the one who's made a majority of our medical supplies and our medicine. So now these suppliers are switching from making toilet paper to making medical supplies. It's just the way that the world's working. Stay safe. Stay smart. You have any other questions, you know where to find them. In a future video, we're going to talk about exactly how much money I've lost in this little endeavor, in this little panic attack that the country's having. You guys should know. So you'll see how much money we lost and how we're recovering from it because it's real for us like everybody else. I'm right here with you guys fighting the good fight, but stay positive and keep your head on straight because this is something that we're all dealing with and the best will survive. So be the best. Thank you for watching Airbnb Automated and I'll see you on the other side.